Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. It's Rob and Sandra from My Wife the Dietitian, and this is Nutrition Nuggets.
Hey, Rob.
Hello, Sandra.
It's the height of summer.
It is, isn't it?
Heat,
and more heat.
Yeah, and I know we've talked a lot about hydration and fluid. Today's Nutrition Nugget is about...
soup.
No.
No, not soup?
No.
No, not soup. Who wants to eat soup in the summer?
Water on the plate.
Oh, water on the plate. What is that? What do you
does that mean?
What do you mean, water on the plate?
It doesn't sound like it would work.
It doesn't sound very appetizing.
It's like water trapped in the plant matrix. So hydrating foods.
Oh, I see. Like things like cucumbers and watermelon and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like
those are
wet.
the top two on my list, but there's lots of others. And it's so interesting because food makes up 20% of our daily fluid intake.
You mean our water intake, 20% of it comes from food? Is that what that means? I think that's kind of what you just said. 20% of our daily intake
comes from the food that we eat.
Yeah. I bet people don't think of that.
No.
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't think of my food containing water and that it contributing to the overall, like enough that it would be 20%.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
But, interesting fact.
Okay.
If you are doing dollar store dining, like eating a lot of foods that are in packages that are highly processed, that are shelf stable, you actually have to drink more water because they are not water on the plate. They are not very hydrating foods.
Well, they're probably dehydrated too, right? Like a lot of them, just part of the processing is probably they've been dehydrated.
Yeah, somehow, or they're shelf stable. So we think of foods. Remember last episode we talked about foods that kind of would rot if left on the counter. A lot of the shelf stable foods can last for years.
Oh yeah, I know, it's crazy. I mean, it's a good thing in some cases, but it obviously affects the quality and the sort of structure of the food. Yeah.
Well, it just, if we think about if the food that we're eating can make up 20% of our daily fluid intake, if you're having a lot of vegetables and fruits and foods that rot, like if they're left and they have natural enzymes, then that is going to be hydrating for your body. But if you don't eat a lot of those vegetables and fruits mainly, then you probably need to up your water intake. But it's probably better to try to add more veggies and fruits into your diet.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because we've talked about how people lose 10 cups of fluid a day, and that's not including if you're active and doing exercise or if it's a very warm climate.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So that's a lot of water and a lot of fluid. And 1 to 3% of hospital admissions in the U.S. are linked to dehydration.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Where people just don't get enough fluid. And they don't even realize it.
I was going to say, they probably don't even know, that they're dehydrated.
Yeah. Like what are some of the side effects or symptoms you might experience if you're not drinking enough water or if you're not getting enough fluid over the day?
I think you'd feel dizzy.
Yes.
You'd be obviously dry mouth.
Yeah.
I'll be a bit faint. Well, that's the same as dizzy.
Yeah.
Headache maybe.
Yeah. Low blood pressure and faint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fatigue, muscle cramps.
Oh, right.
That's a big one. When I'm talking to the prenatal group and women who are pregnant and leg cramps or even Braxton Hicks, which are those kind of Mother Nature's kind of way of preparing the mom where there's like mini contractions, but they're not real.
Okay.
But part of that is you might be mildly dehydrated because it's a muscle. It's your uterine muscle. And the same with leg cramps for adults or kids. If you're getting a lot of those, it might be that you're just not getting enough fluid or hydrating foods through the day.
Interesting. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and 65% of the body weight is made up of fluid, water.
Right. And that fluctuates a lot. And it's kind of that trick when you go on a diet. A lot of times you're losing water weight, right? And people get all excited because they've lost weight, but it's just water a lot of times, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I love to use the analogy of a riverbed or plants,
Yeah,
like
your house plants.
Yeah. If they're all like droopy and sagging and wilted, limp, that probably means that they are dehydrated or they're not getting enough fluid in their soil.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think of the river flowing and in the summer it dries up and all of those, everything that's in that riverbed just kind of sticks there. So similar with your body. I mean, your organs aren't going to be working as well. Your brain's not going to be thinking as clearly.
Yeah.
So we need to have enough fluid for our body functions to work.
To keep things moving and helping things get from A to B.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I never thought of that. Like the purpose of water in our body. I mean,
yeah. Absolutely.
It affects all of our organs, right? I mean, everything is influenced by our water consumption.
Yeah. And how can you kind of tell if you might be mildly dehydrated?
You always say the color of your pee
Yeah.
is the biggest indicator.
It really is like an instant way to tell. Like if it's really concentrated and odorous, you're probably not getting enough fluid in your food and drinking.
Really dark.
Yeah.
And the opposite. If you're going to the bathroom a lot and it's clear, then you know you're probably good.
Maybe. I mean, it's interesting because people that are prone to urinary tract infections, one of the treatments is to drink more fluid and get more hydration to prevent the UTIs. But with UTIs, you have to go to the washroom a lot. So then you kind of like don't want to drink more.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So but it's really important because your body needs to flush out the toxins and to get rid of the bacteria and all that. But another good way to tell if you are mildly dehydrated or kind of chronically not getting enough fluid is one of the biggest digestive issues in North America is...
I don't know.
Constipation.
Well, that
really
makes sense.
Common.
Yeah. Because, I mean, things are dried up like the riverbed, right?
Yep. Just like when you're making cement, if you don't have enough water to put in that material and you're stirring it up, it will turn to cement in the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Like you need lots of fluid to help keep your stool soft and more volume. And then that helps to have a good bowel movement. So anyways, let's talk about hydrating foods.
Didn't you say there's another one where you pinch the skin on the back of your hand and you can see if it sits up or not?
Yeah, exactly. If it stays up for a long time, that probably means that you need more fluid.
That's a good one. And if you like body odor, if you're stinky when you sweat, that's another sign too, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be, definitely, because it's like your body fluids are more concentrated.
I use that one a lot. I remember you telling me that years ago. You took a whiff of me probably and went, "Oh, you need to drink more water." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, how does that relate?" And then you explained it all. I'm like, "Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I suppose anything that's excreted from your body becomes more concentrated, and your sweat, when it's concentrated, is probably more stinky, right?"
You got it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So water on the plate means that hydrating foods that you can include in your meals and snacks and through the day. So the best hydrating foods are at least 80% water.
Okay.
But the ones we're going to talk about are over 90% water.
Oh, wow. All right.
And you already named the first two.
I did. I could probably name the third one too.
Okay.
Celery.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You got it.
Oh, I know my watery foods.
You know what? Another way to think about this is if you put that food in the freezer, just like you cut it and you put it in the freezer, and then you took it out of the freezer, do you think it's going to have great texture? And, like a lot of these really hydrating foods kind of just get gross if they're frozen, like cucumbers.
Oh, right. Or you leave them like too far back in your fridge and they get that kind of, they get frozen in the middle or something. And they get kind of, gooey.
Yeah, because they've frozen. So the ice crystals and then So anyways, that's just interesting because you think of cucumbers don't freeze well, celery not necessarily freeze well, or watermelon. Anything that drips down your chin when you're eating it, like watermelon, that would tell me that that's pretty hydrating.
Yeah. There's a lot of fruits, I think, that are really juicy, right?
Yeah.
And that juice is mostly water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And natural electrolytes, because they have, the vitamins and the minerals. So, and obviously fiber, phytochemicals, antioxidants. So fruits and vegetables are such a powerhouse, Mother Nature's excellent food. Another one would be lettuce.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So like 96% water. And kale and spinach are about 90%. So those are awesome too. Tomatoes.
Spinach, like when we eat spinach, it doesn't seem like it's wet. Like the other foods seem like really wet, like cucumber and celery seems like there's moisture in it. But like a leaf of spinach doesn't seem like it's that wet. It just must be how it's in all the little cells, but it's not like a mass amount in any one place.
Yeah, and when you have like a bag of spinach and some gets...
Oh, yeah, true. Gooey.
Yeah, that's starting
stinky.
to rot.
Yeah.
And it happens pretty quickly with spinach.
It does, yeah.
So tomato.
Oh, that's obvious, right?
If you put a tomato in the freezer?
I don't think I ever would.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good things wouldn't happen to it.
No, I mean, you could probably use it in a sauce. No problem.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But if you're trying to, cut a slice for a sandwich, that probably wouldn't be so good. Zucchini.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's like a cucumber, right?
95% water.
Wow.
Really, high water
That's probably
content.
why they get so huge, eh? Because, I mean, like, people grow zucchinis in their garden and they get, like massive.
Oh, yeah. Like a lot of the squash ones. Yeah, like pumpkins and...
all those things. It's probably how much they're being watered and I mean, I'm sure has a lot to do with it. It's probably water weight, right? Just like we are.
Yeah. And actually, good point. Because if you are a gardener and you have a veggie garden, you will see how water intensive some of these vegetables are. Like when you're watering, and they dry up and they die if you don't give them enough water.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, they do take a lot of water to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So cauliflower is 92% water.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that.
I know.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. And bell peppers, 92% water.
I can sort of see that. Sort of.
I think they're like super crispy and, and the ones that kind of like, kind of get dried out when they lose water, like bell peppers, they kind of get not rubbery, but just...
Or celery is a classic.
Yeah.
It gets all limp and you stick it in a glass of water and the next day it's all like...
turgid.
Firm and...
Turgor.
I'm trying to use the correct word here. Is it...
Turgor.
Turgor?
Or it's like turgid.
Turgid, yes.
Turgor is when the water goes into the cells and then expands the cells, so then it gets crispy, crunchy. Yeah.
Okay.
I had a feeling you were going to go there.
Well, it's like it looks flaccid, and then I don't want to say it's erect because that's like it's not appropriate to say that about food.
Oh, right.
That's why I figured there was a food appropriate word.
Okay.
So, but it's the same process, right?
Yeah.
Kinda, sorta.
That and the tenting of...
I don't know that a glass of cold water works. Never tried that before.
Well, I've lost you.
Oh, you've lost me.
I don't know what you mean.
Improving the turgidness by putting it in a glass of cold water.
I don't think the temperature matters.
Oh, it does. Absolutely, it does. Okay, let's carry on. I've definitely lost you.
Totally lost me. All right. Asparagus, 92% water.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
And you remember learning in chemistry in high school that what happens when you eat asparagus?
Within like 15 minutes, it makes your pee stinky.
Yeah. There's an enzyme.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's really good for hangovers. Like if you have asparagus in the evening, if you're drinking the next day, it actually helps with your body process and get rid of some of the alcohol.
I can't imagine being drunk and wanting to consume a big handful of asparagus before I go to bed. Maybe
Well,
the last thing I'd be thinking about.
The pickled asparagus are usually a garnish on a Caesar.
That is good. Pickled. Maybe
Delicious.
on some crackers with my cheese and then pickled asparagus before I go to bed. I could see that.
Yummy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What about berries?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Strawberries are 90%
Berries.
fluid.
Yeah, because they're all like, we've got a lot of fruit at our place and you can watch it grow. And the last part of it, of the growth, is it just explodes like in size, and it's probably just sucking in a bunch of water and just puffing out, it's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
So berries and like, a lot of the fruit just
Cherries.
blueberries.
Blueberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Cantaloupe.
Yeah. All the melons, I figured, because they're very wet when you cut them, juicy. They'll dribble down your chin, like you said.
Yeah, and pineapple.
Oh, pineapple is so good.
That I had a craving for big time when I was pregnant. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That was very satisfying.
That and French fries.
That was weird.
Craziest. That was weird.
But the pineapple, so good. And then grapes.
Oh yeah, obvious.
Very
'Cause grapes,
hydrating.
if you dehydrate them, they turn into a raisin.
Right.
Right. So you obviously, you can see the opposite would be true, that they're just
Water.
full of water. Yeah.
Full of water. Yeah. Oh, one of my favorites, but you don't really like radishes.
Radishes. Yeah. That's one of the only foods I don't care for.
One of the only. Yeah.
One of.
Yeah. One of. Mushrooms are pretty fluid filled.
What isn't? Like do you have, or can you think of any that would be like, there isn't a lot of water? I would think most vegetables and fruits.
Dehydrated mushrooms?
Well, yeah, but
Or dehydrated grapes, raisins?
wouldn't most living things like plants have a high water content in them?
Good analysis there, Mr. Gentleman.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you are eating foods that are in packages, like I said, dollar store dining, like you're getting a lot of your food that are like
Packaged.
packaged,
Not
like
fresh.
highly processed, shelf stable. If you don't use water to rehydrate them, then they're probably going to not contribute a lot of fluid to your diet.
Mm-hmm. In the beginning, you said that we're talking about the ones that are like over 90 or 95%, but you said something about 80%. Were you saying most fruits and vegetables are over 80%?
Yeah, like the best hydrating foods have 80%.
Right. I see. So I wonder about like carrots or something like that. Maybe they don't have a ton.
No, they do.
They do. Okay.
do.
Wow.
Yeah,
Because it
they
seems like
totally
everything does.
Yeah, absolutely. And like these are foods that are Mother Nature's, like, fruits and vegetables. So we know, and we talked about this on our snack episode last time, that we know that 75% of snacks eaten by the general population are highly processed.
Mm-hmm.
So typically they have more salt and they don't have a lot of water in them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're talking about this, because we're in summer. We know that people might not be getting enough fluid to drink. And a good way to add to your fluid over the day is having vegetables and fruits and water on the plate. I'm saying in quotes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Because fruit is bountiful in the summer, so you are getting that extra bit of, water, hydration out of the fruit, not just the nutrition from the fruit, but the hydration element as well.
Yeah, and it goes through all seasons too. I mean, soups and stews have some fluid in them, and eating smoothies, like drinking smoothies, yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, all contribute fluid to our diet, tea and coffee. So yeah, there's lots of ways to get more fluids in your, like, just over the day. And it doesn't all have to be drinking tons of water. I mean, that's pretty important too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do have a higher intake of hydrating foods, then you are getting more hydration through your diet too.
Yeah, there you go. Probably getting more than you think if you're eating lots of fresh fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, or they don't have to be fresh. They can be canned and whatever.
Yeah.
But salads in the summer, those we have some episodes on like the mason jar salads and smoothies and like lots of fresh, yummy, delicious foods in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Sounds amazing. If you want some more great tips, check out our website. We've got a great blog on there with lots of amazing information. We've also got a weekly newsletter you can subscribe to. That's free to join. Just visit mywifethedietitian.com. If you have questions for us, send us an email. We love answering questions, turning it into an episode. And usually if you have a question, somebody else does too. So don't be shy. Send us an email. Let us know what you're thinking. It's mywifetherd@gmail.com. You can also visit us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Feel free to reach out to us there as well. And if you're liking the show, let us know. Love hearing your thoughts, your feedback, anything you'd like to tell us, any ideas you have, that sort of thing. We're open to hearing everything you have to say. So you can rate and review the show. That's one great way. You can let us know through our email, or you just leave a comment on our social media. It's all great ways to share your feedback with us. Talking about sharing, share with your friends too. That helps us out, and I'm sure your friend would love to hear about a new show that you're enjoying. So that is it for this week. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of the week, and we will be back next Monday with a full episode. So until then, have a great week, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.